Alright, welcome back. Today we are going to continue pulling on that string we started pulling on last week. Today it's the solo from Audioslave Be Yourself, as penned by Mr. Tom Morello himself, and we're going to get into it. But first I'd like to reserve a quick momentito to thank a few kind people for signing up for the Patreon supporter of the cause Club. Paul Tope, Pavel Trinavsky, Phoenix Stone, Nicholas Siri, and Mr. Carson Dohan. Thank you very much for your support. And if you would like to find out what that's all about, the link is in the description. Alright, I've got my capo 2. I've got my wah pedal engaged, and this first set of notes is all on the A string. I'm going to call this open, not 2, and it's going to be open, 2, 3, 5, 7, 5, 3, 2 for your first set of notes. Now, if you're new to wah-ing, this may be one of the easier use cases for a wah pedal, because you just tap your foot as if you're tapping along to the song, of course, with the wah pedal underneath your foot and engaged, and that's automatically gonna be correct. That's also exactly when we're playing notes. This is a quarter note solo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is a great solo to get your feet wet, so to speak. Don't have them wet, you'll break your pedal for the wah pedal. Alright, the second set of notes is very similar to the first set of notes, but it only makes it up to 5 before it starts going back down. Open, 2, 3, 5, 3, 2, open, and E3. We've got one more note to take up, one more note's worth of space to take up, because we only got to here this time, so he goes to the next note lower in the scale, which is that G note, relative to capo, on the E string 3rd fret. Open, 2, 3, 5, 3, 2, open, E3 for your second set. Alright, chunk number 3 is going to make it up even higher. It's going to go open, 2, 3, 5, 7, 8, 7, 8, before it goes 10, 8, 7, 5, 7, 7, 7, 7. So here's that whole second half. And this is where the MO begins to change. For now, we are going to do this move. Start with the D string 5th fret relative to the capo. You're going to hammer onto 7, pluck 5, hammer onto 7, and then just use the rest of the time to pluck away on the D string 7th fret. Now we're going to do the same move again, but the first note is on the G string 5th fret, so you pluck the G string and hammer on to the D string. It's like a hammer on from nothing. If you can, give it a try. And then keep plucking away on D. So here's our move. We're going to do that 3 times through, and your wah pedal is going in quarter note fashion all the while. And then comes the little climb and then back down. G5, 7, B5, 8, 5, G7, 5, D7. By the way, you may have realized at that point that we've been using shape 1 of the minor pentatonic scale the whole time. 5th fret relative to capo, 8, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 8, 5, 8. And here's where my wah skills, or lack thereof, will become evident. You're going to, every single note during that little climb up and back down gets a wah, so twice as fast. Which was all fine, but when I try to go song speed, I kind of freak out. Anyways, that's that. You know, I watched that back, and that was actually pretty good. I think that's the best wahing I have ever personally done. Next comes the same move we just talked about with the hammer on and pluck away from before the climb and back down, except it's going to be D string 5 to 7, G string 5 to 7. You do that twice, of course, wahing all the while. Followed by the coup de grace, during which you grab the G string 7th fret relative to the capo with your ring finger, and the B string 7th fret relative to the capo with your pinky finger, and you're going to give those little 2 strings a strum and a bend. You're going to do it once, twice, 3 times, and then it's B string 5, 7, 5, G string 7, 5, resolving to D string 7. If you're going to play the chord that comes next, you can't play that note because that's the beat that chord comes on. So skip that if you're going to do that. But otherwise, wahing all the while. For the coup de grace. I mean the coup de grace, sorry. Here's a little tip if you're having trouble bending those 2 strings with just those 2 fingers, which you probably are. Place your middle finger behind your ring finger on the G string, and now I find that I have plenty of strength to execute that move. Well, that was fun. Thanks so much for being here. Now go do that until your fingers bleed, and I guarantee you will be a better guitar player. After your fingers heal, of course. I hope that was fun and helpful. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you next time with more stuff. Goodbye.